Hey YouTube, this is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a video here on Amazon. I don't think I've ever talked about Amazon just as a single stock. I've talked about FANGs in the past, and but I don't think ever Amazon. But been thinking about it, and so here we go with Amazon. Here's kind of a look at the 3-month. So it's been kind of up and down. We can make more sense to look at it here over the year. So you could have got it back here in the pandemic. I'm sure it was lower than that. We'll take a look here at the 5-year. So you could have got it for $745 back on July. Well, could have got it for under $700 5 years ago. Wow, that's quite the return. 454% return. I bought some right in here somewhere. I think my cost basis is like $12.50 or $12.80, something like that, and so it's pretty much tripled since I've had it. Last month it's had a good run up here. If you had bought it back in March, if you'd even bought it here, it's not too bad of a return. So, and here's what it's looking like today. So a lot of them, for whatever reason, they peaked, and then a lot of them are dropping off and trading kind of flat the rest of the day, all the ones that I've been watching. But this one's got great ratings, 96% buy. Ticker is AMZN. I have a partial share here in Robinhood. I have a couple other full shares in the retirement account. And we can take a look here at my cost basis. So I think when Robinhood started doing their partial share, I bought some just to see what it would do. Here's what it cost me, $60, and here's my return. So it was up $20 for the day earlier, but so if you don't know what this one is, you can pause and read over that. I'm sure everybody knows what Amazon is. Founded in 1994 by Jeff Bezos, and there's the amount of employees, 1,298,000. I didn't think they had that many, but I guess they do. Average volume of 3.44 and a 1.74 trillion market cap. That's just insane. Just insane. But like I said, great ratings. I'm amazed at the ratings, 96%. They do have earnings coming up this week on the 29th after hours. Here's where I bought mine, so coming up on a year ago. So put $10 in. So on the 12th, put $50 in at $25.93. So it looks like it went up $100 in just about 2 weeks. So this one runs when it does. I suppose if you wanted to trade it, you could. Be an expensive one to trade, but that's kind of a look at when I bought mine. Should you buy Amazon stock? Analysts prefer it over other big tech companies. So looking at the FANGs, I like it better than Facebook, although you see what Facebook has done lately. It's up over $300. Apple I like. Netflix I used to have. I'm not in it anymore. And I have a partial share here in Robinhood of Google. So not a whole lot of Google stock, but Amazon beats out Apple and Microsoft when it comes to Wall Street analyst opinion, and I do have some Microsoft as well. Customers leave the UK first branch Amazon Fresh last month, the Ealing area in London. And I guess I wasn't aware of Amazon Fresh. That's interesting. Maybe that's the old Whole Foods. I'm not for sure. So if you have more information on that, leave in the comments. That would be interesting to know. Amazon tends to be one of the most searched for companies on MarketWatch. The quarterly review of Amazon stock will show comparisons of key metrics to watch and a summary of the company's Most important issues to help investors make better decisions. Where Amazon fits in is the third largest publicly traded company in the world, behind tech giants Apple and Microsoft. Unlike those two companies that have fairly defined flavors, Apple is an icon consumer hardware, Microsoft is a gold standard in enterprise software, Amazon isn't as easily categorized, began as Earth's biggest bookstore. And they're going to keep growing. They're into all kinds of different things. So again, it's a big tech. And watch for earnings coming out on the 29th. That'll be interesting to see what it does to the price. Here's kind of some net sales by segment. Feel free to pause and go over that information. Some pricing, power, and profitability. And if you have Amazon shares, go ahead and leave that in the comments along with your cost basis and how many shares you have. That'd be interesting to know. So they're in web services, cloud, they're getting into all kinds of different things to be a competitor. This I thought was interesting. Musk SpaceX gets low-level satellite orbits, Amazon opposed. So Elon won permission for lower orbits from Federal Communications Commission, which rejected claims from rivals such as Amazon that the change would increase the risk of collisions in space. So who's going to be the alpha, Elon or Jeff, in regards to space? From what I hear, as y'all know, Jeff Bezos stepped down from Amazon to get into other things. I heard he's running his, I think it's a Blue Origin, is his, or maybe it's this here, his space company to compete with SpaceX for Elon. So, very interesting. I've also heard where Jeff sells about $1 billion worth of stock every year just to fund the satellite company that he has, which would be rather interesting. And both of them are putting up satellites, and soon that will be the new internet and 5G and all of that. So very interesting. Friction over the SpaceX plan for its constellation of 4,408 satellites reflects the intense race underway as companies compete to offer broadband service from near space. Amazon in 2020 won FCC permission for 3,236 of its satellites and has yet to launch away. Viasat Incorporated, Telesat Canada, and OneWeb also plan fleets. And I'm not going to read all of this to you, but feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. So SpaceX, Elon is ahead of the competitors, it said, with 1,320 satellites in orbit on April 6th, and launched another 60 the following day. Wow, that's a lot of money up in space. Again, don't forget earnings on the 29th. Go ahead and put that on your calendar. Amazon outperforms market strong on trading day, and this is just from yesterday. Rallied 2.04% to 3,409 Monday on what proved to be an all-around mixed trading session for the stock market, with S&P 500 rising 0.18 to 4,187.62, and Dow falling 0.18 to 33,981.57. Stock outperformed some of its competitors Monday as eBay rose 1.10% to 61, Alphabet rose, and Walmart fell. Trading volume. Amazon not lagging market on growth or pricing. This is just dated here today. So the price to earnings ratio of 79.9 may be spending maybe sending very bearish signals at the moment, given that almost half of the companies in the United States have PE ratios under 21 times, and even PEs lower than 12 times are not unusual. However, the PE might be quite high for a reason, and it requires further investigation to determine if it's justified. Amazon certainly has been doing a good job lately. It's been growing earnings more than other companies. The PE is probably higher because investors think the strong earnings performance will continue, and we all hope so as shareholders. Here you can kind of see the company at 79.9, totally redlining, industry at 31, and market at 21.5. So does growth match the high PE ratio? Would be typical for a company that's expected to deliver very strong growth and importantly perform much better than the market. Retrospectively, the last year delivered an exceptional 82% gain to the company's bottom line. The latest 3-year period has also seen an excellent 575% overall rise in EPS. So just amazing numbers there, amazing growth. What we can learn from Amazon's PE: price to earnings ratio power isn't primarily as a valuation instrument, but rather to gauge current investor sentiment and future expectations. And feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. So everybody that I talk to about Amazon is bullish. I've been bullish on it ever since I bought it. We'll probably continue to be bullish on it until something else comes along, which that's highly doubtful. So I will continue being a bull on Amazon for sure. In the battle of fundamentals versus technicals, we've kind of already went over some of that information. So it kind of goes over, is it worth investing into Amazon right now? I always feel it's worth investing into Amazon, but I'm long-term on it, so if you're trading, you might look at it differently, or you might look at it totally different than what I do, but I'm definitely bullish on it, long-term investor on Amazon. And here's Reddit, not too much in the group. Not much information there for us to go by. Here's stock twits, so you can see that it's up a little bit now. 52-week low, 52-week high. One of the frustrating things for people when it comes to splits, if you have 10 dimes, any richer, most bulls don't understand this simple concept as well as any 5-year-old. So that's another thing I left out. I have heard possibly after earnings there could be a possible split with Amazon. I'm hoping so. That way you can buy more, because it's kind of expensive to buy. Not too many people have $3,400 just laying around. So like I said, you can buy partial shares on Robinhood, Fidelity. I know you can buy partial shares. The other brokerages, I can't honestly answer that for you, but I would love to see a split. When I bought mine back in October, November of 2017 for $12.50 or $12.80, one of the two that I paid for it, there was talk of it splitting at that point in time when it hit $800, and it still hasn't split. So expectation valuations are so high for ER. If you don't pay it, you're getting flushed down by the toilet. Nothing like Dumb and Dumber. Stock split rumor sends bullish options traders storming into Amazon. So like I said, I've been hearing talk of it splitting, so I would totally love trade my one or a couple shares. Let's just say I have one share and split it into 10. I would make it roughly $330, so then could be able to buy some more. So that would be easier to come up with than $3,400. So I was in on the Apple split last August or whenever that was, and the Tesla split last about the same time. So but that's about it on Amazon. We'll go over here to tip ranks. They have some great ratings for Amazon. As you can, 2 days to earnings. So again, put that on your calendar if you haven't already. Currently at 34.18.99. Strong buy out of 33 analysts, 33 showing it as a buy. That's crazy. Maybe they're all shareholders, I don't know. And a projection with a 20% upside of 4,118.69, a high of 5,200, and a low of 3,700, and we're not even at the low, so that's just crazy great ratings. But like I said, if you have this one, go ahead and put it in the comments along with your cost basis and how many shares you have. And I would assume everybody's long term on this one, but maybe you do trade it, so more power to you on that one. If you do trade it and you have a YouTube channel, leave that in the comments. I'd love to watch it. So go ahead and smash that like button for me, hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.